Dear friends, Rabbi Yossi here, the Mohel, to wish you Chag Sameach, Chag Shavuot Sameach. We should this year receive the Torah, even those who are staying home, with more connection with Hashem, and realizing that it's not only about going to shul receiving the Torah, but it's actually our inner connection with Hashem and realizing what does it mean the Torah to us. So you know that the mitzvah, all of you who know me, who know who I am, you know that Brit Mila is what I do, and my passion and my mitzvah and my connection with Hashem, and I'm very honored to be able to constantly be able to do it. Even in these coronavirus times, we're able to, and that's why I wanted to share with you one story. And in this story, the powerful message is, when you really want something, it's not enough just to do everything that you can, but you also have to pray to Hashem. Pray to Hashem with all your heart, and you will see that He will come. So you need those two things. You need, on the one hand, to do everything within your power, and on the other hand, to pray to Hashem with your heart. So I want to share with you, a month ago I was doing a Brit Mila in Space Center in Florida, on the Space Coast, and they were telling me about one of the guests over there was an army general, a retired army general, and he told me, I want to share with you my story. He says he was an army general, stationed many places in the United States, and at one point he was having a baby in a place where is foreign to every Jewish community. This is in the 60s or 70s, where it was very hard. There wasn't no communities in every corner. There was no Chabad in every corner. So he started calling, and the army told them that since he was Jewish, they wanted to honor his wishes, and they were going to sponsor the entire Bris, so he can bring a rabbi from wherever, and they were going to cover all the costs. So he was very excited. So right away he started making phone calls. He got a Mohel, and he was ready. The eighth day, the day before the Bris, the Mohel canceled on him, and he says he couldn't come. There was some kind of trouble, some kind of family thing, and he couldn't come. And this guy was desperate, so he started calling all the rabbis, and he called another rabbi, and the rabbi says, "Yeah, I can come to do the bris." So the rabbi comes the next day, and he sees that the rabbi is not carrying any bag. So he tells him, "Where's your Mohel bag?" He says, "Oh no, I'm not a Mohel. I'm just a rabbi who is coming to do the ceremony. Then you do the circumcision another time." He was very broken. He says, "I can't do any ceremony if I don't do the circumcision. The circumcision is our bond with Hashem." He wasn't a religious Jew. But he was so connected to God, and he wanted to have that for his son. And he says that he canceled this rabbi. He paid him for his services, and he canceled them, and he went at night to sleep and cry and cry and cry. And he says, "I want my son to have a bris." He couldn't have it in the 8th day, but I want him to have a bris. He says the next day, another army general that doesn't even know him from 100 miles away calls him, and he says, "I heard that you really were looking for a Mohel, and I want to tell you that my son just had a baby." This was an older general. He says, "My son just had a baby, and we're bringing a Mohel, and I'm willing to send him your way to do the bris for your son." This guy was ecstatic. He couldn't even believe what he spoke to the Mohel. Everything was good, and finally he was able to have a bris. And the point that I feel that I can share, but when he told it to me, I was so taken aback. I was so excited. I was so emotional. And the reason is because when you really want something, he felt that was his connection with Hashem. So when he really wanted it, he was able to. He begged Hashem. He cried, and he actually finally got it. So I want to let you all know at this point that we are doing free Brit Mila for whoever needs it. People should not be worried about whether they can afford it or not. They should call me, and we're going to take care of the Brit Mila from A to Z. And they don't have to worry about paying anything if they can't, and that will be completely fine. So I just wanted to let you know all that. Chag Sameach, Bezrat Hashem, and we should have a great shavuot, and we should come out of this in a much better way. Chag Sameach.